What's up, y'all? This is Cash Sports, and today we're talking about Brian Flores suing the NFL. So, Pat, what you got?
So this Brian Flores situation is something to behold in the NFL. Brian Flores has been a head coach for the Miami Dolphins for the past 3 seasons, with his record being 1 game under 500. I know a lot of people are saying, that's not impressive. That's nothing to behold. There's nothing to look at there. I mean, he had more losing games than he had winning games. But there's a lot more under that context. So, first year, that being said, Brian Flores went 5-11. Nothing too impressive, right? Lost most of his games. But as a first-year head coach, what do you expect? You expect a rebuild. The coach needs to establish a connection with the players, and you need chemistry. Something like that needs to be built up for years to come. And coaches need years to establish a foundation with the team. Now, the second year, he had a winning season. He went 10-6, didn't make the playoffs. I mean, that was a disappointment. But at the end of the day, if you're 10-6 and you didn't make the playoffs, I don't know what more you can say. And then the next following year, he went 9-8, and then we all know what happened at the end of the year with him winning 8 of the last 9 games of the season. The thing about this whole process and Brian Flores suing the NFL isn't about him having a job. It's about the hiring process for NFL black coaches being able to get hired for these jobs. So I'm throwing you an example. David Culley, black coach of the Houston Texans. He was fired after 1 year with the Houston Texans. After 1 year. So why did he get fired after 1 year? And this was last year. So he had no Deshaun Watson. He had no DeAndre Hopkins. He didn't even have J.J. Watt, who was past his prime. With everybody going into the NFL season, what did anybody think of the Houston Texans going into the season? Nobody thought they were going to have a winning season. I mean, nobody thought they were going to have a winning season. So why did he get fired? So for Brian Flores, even though he had 2 winning seasons, so out of the 3 seasons he played with the Dolphins, 2 of them had winning records. And last I recall, there were headlines saying that he didn't get along with Tua as his quarterback, and he didn't want Tua as his quarterback. But one of those things are false. One of them is said that he didn't get along with Tua, which he came on the record and said he doesn't have a problem with Tua. Now the other statement with him not being his quarterback can have some light to it, because there were some records coming out saying that Brian Flores wanted Justin Herbert as his quarterback. And we all know how that could have turned out if Justin Herbert was the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Who deserves to really be fired? Because Brian Flores came out with an accusation stating that the owner, the NFL owner and billionaire of the Miami Dolphins, came out and said that he offered him money to lose games. Now, as a fan, as a true, pure fan of the team, do you want your owner paying your coach and your players to lose games? That's not what we pay to go to the stadium to do, to watch our favorite team lose games. So with that being said, Arden, that is the biggest hit to the integrity of the game. After this whole case boils over, I think there's going to be some changes with NFL coaching hires and black coaches. And Brian Flores did get a new job with the Steelers also. So, as a linebackers coach. And then who is the Rooney Rule named after? The owner of the Steelers. So they're the only organization on the forefront to making this sort of change in the NFL. And it's not acceptable for Mike Tomlin to be the only black head coach in the league.